Do not.
Or do.
Hello, I'm Cathy.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Ola and welcome to Learn About Book Club.
So hello, welcome to the vlog. I'm going to start by saying that Rachel is quite poorly today.
Yep.
She's being a brave little soldier.
Well, actually, I'm just being a bit of a drama queen, really. It's just a cold, but I like to be a little bit pathetic when I have a cold. It's the only time I'm allowed to be pathetic. So I take full advantage of it. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Fables Wolves. This is volume 8. We're only talking about one today because it was such a good one that we only want to talk about this. We don't want to talk about any others. And also, I haven't read any others.
Listen, as I'm sure you'll soon see, we both had quite tough Februaries.
They've already seen.
Oh, they've seen this by the time this comes out?
Absolutely, of course they will. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so February's not been a good month for us.
February's not been good.
March is looking up, but for that reason we just got one to talk to today, and that is Wolves.
And it was a good one.
And it was a good one.
Really enjoyed it.
And in celebration I am wearing my wolf necklace.
Oh, that's so cute. I should have worn something wolfy. Oh, I didn't think about that.
That's okay. You can wear something wolfy for the next one.
Yeah, I suppose Bigby's always in it.
There's some good wolf episodes coming up.
Okay.
Episodes, volumes. So, plot summary for Wolves. Mowgli goes to track down Bigby.
Mm-hmm.
They want Bigby back in Fabletown.
Because he's the only person who can do a secret mission.
Yes. And they've got an offer for Bigby where if he does a secret mission for them, they've got a plan that means that him and Snow White and their family can be together at last. So, yeah, Mowgli gets Bigby. Bigby does this secret mission, which is invading the homelands. Well, sneaking into the homelands and getting a message to Geppetto about don't mess with us in Fabletown. And then finally, Bigby and Snow get married.
Aww.
And then there's a final bit in here of a political mission that Cinderella does to secure a treaty with the Cloudland.
I'm going to take it off you again.
Take
Down at the back, there's a typeset version of plan of what the comic is supposed to look like, which I really... Oops. Sorry, it's alright. I've broken your book. I'm sorry if I've damaged
It's
anything.
fine. The book is fine. It's hardy.
And that just kind of shows how the comic is made, I guess. Like, that's the story that Bill Willingham has written.
Yeah.
To send to the artists and things.
Yeah, so it's a good like behind the scenes peek of how a comic's put together.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting.
Did you read that all?
I didn't read all of it, but
Just had a look at it.
I read about half of it and then flicked through the rest.
Yeah, I didn't read any of it. I was like, I've just read it.
I just found it really interesting. The
Yeah.
way that it's like, and like flicking through what was originally written and then what is on the page, I just thought that was cool.
Yeah. Did you have a favourite section of this book or a highlight from it?
Obviously, really, like I'm a huge goober. So at the end, when Bigby and Snow got to be happy together with their little brood, oh, that was lovely.
I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
And on one hand, as I was reading this, I kind of thought to myself of like, ooh, the stakes are low in this volume.
But they're not. They're so important to those two characters. Though.
Oh, I know, but I mean, I was feeling like, as I was, you know, like in previous ones, we've had like, you know, the Fabletown's been invaded or there's murder to solve. Like, I felt like this wasn't quite as intense. But to see Snow White and Bigby finally get to kind of like their happily ever after, I loved it so much. Okay, here they are.
Aww.
Like
and
that.
I really liked
That is so cute.
I mean, every time King Cole was on his way there and he was like, don't do it without me!
Yeah, you don't get married without me, cute.
What's that something in the corner?
Oh, Sunflower Man.
We haven't really met him yet.
Do you know what? So I also recently read the Fables Encyclopedia, which is like an A to Z of all the characters, and Sunflower Man is in there. But honestly, he's just one of the background characters of the farm. But the artist, whose name I've forgotten, Mark Buckingham, said that he just really enjoys drawing Sunflower Man.
Fair enough.
And so he puts him in quite a lot of scenes. So I started looking out for him more. And he is always doing something quite fun.
Like, where's Wally?
Yeah, so there's a bit in this one, oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to find it now, where on the farm there's a wind that blows out, the winds change, that's it, the winds change, and Sunflower Man is kind of like in one corner of the screen trying to catch all the living playing card characters in a net because they've been blown away. He's trying to rescue them.
Oh, bless, that's cute.
But yeah, Snow and Bigby are married.
Yeah.
And they've worked out an arrangement where they now own part of the land that was part of the farm. So the valley that was where all the giants were sleeping.
Yeah, yeah. And Clara, the fire-breathing
Clara,
dragon.
Clara the dragon that is now a crow. They're in there, and they've got like their idyllic wolf manor built, and they're going to live there with their children. And like
Even the invisible one.
even the invisible one, he's reunited now with both parents.
Yeah.
I found the sunflower
Oh, there he
man
is.
rescuing the cards.
That's sweet.
Can I see?
You see?
Oh yeah.
Show the camera. So there's the sunflower man rescuing the cards, being a good dude.
Do you know what I don't like about this page though? This
What?
random woman. So, in the first 2 chapters, when Mowgli goes to find Bigby in the woods, in the jungle, I don't know where he found him, someplace. Alaska, maybe? No.
Yeah, it is Alaska.
Okay. But it's hot.
It's summer.
Right. There's just one homogeneous weather in Alaska and that is cold all the way through.
That's because you read the Snow Child.
Absolutely it is, yeah. But, so, I mean, obviously I don't want Bigby to be alone and miserable forever, but he's supposed to be madly in love with Snow White, and then he goes away and
Has a
has a
fling.
woman.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
It-
And I also felt bad for the woman.
yeah.
Like, he's just kind of using her to make himself feel better. And she is aware of that. Like, she seems happy in that situation, but I didn't like it.
No, it's a bit icky all around, wasn't it? And just sad. I also love the scene when Mowgli's doing this big mission to track down Bigby, because if he does that, then Bagheera gets released. So Bagheera's been in captivity in the farm ever since he took part in Goldilocks' uprising. Every sentence you say about this book
Yeah, yeah. Do you
sounds
remember when Snow White got
ridiculous.
shot in the head but didn't die?
Yeah.
Great.
She just has to walk around with a cane. She's still walking around with the cane.
She's still walking around with the cane.
Like Goldilocks' uprising.
Goldilocks led an uprising rebellion against Snow White and tried to get her killed, but the uprising failed, and everyone who took part in it either had to do like 2 years of hard labour or 2 years of captivity. Or however many years, I can't remember how many years it was. And Bagheera alone chose captivity, so he's been living in a cage in the middle of the Fables farm town ever since. But Mowgli's mission secures Bagheera a pardon, and Bagheera gets released from the cage.
Yeah, I quite like that Bagheera was like, I'm not doing hard labour.
Yeah.
Just put me in a box.
Yeah. Yeah, he's too proud for labour.
I do kind of feel, now that, what's the point of me reading anymore? Now that Bigby and Snow are together, do you know what I mean? I've got my happy ending.
Yeah, you could stop there and let that be the end of the story,
I
couldn't
could
you?
quite happily, I can't believe that.
Happily, you could quite happily
I could quite happily
leave it there.
leave it there. I'm not going to, because like, you know, I am invested in the characters, but I just love love, guys.
There's one coming up.
Am I not gonna like it?
It depends how you feel about tragedy.
Oh, you know me, I'm stuck off a tragedy.
Okay. There's one coming up
Yeah.
that is really, really tragic. I can't remember what number it is.
Ooh,
If I tell you the title, is that giving up too much away?
perhaps, but
Okay.
like, I can feel myself getting a bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's one coming up and it breaks me every time. And every time I think, well, maybe the ending will be different.
I'm gonna cry.
I did. I don't know, just like it's... Yeah. It'll be
Okay.
funny if we get to it now and you don't find it that upsetting, but I
Gosh,
find it
wouldn't it?
upsetting.
I mean, who don't I care about?
Goldilocks.
No, I think you actually, just recalling other things that I know have got to you, I think this will get to you.
Okay.
I guess I shouldn't say more than that.
What is
Yeah,
it?
don't say anything.
What is it?
I want to go in blind.
Yeah.
But it's coming up. I mean, there's
What
12,
Yeah.
14 books left.
I think it's 22 in
the series.
the series.
There's
I've got
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Don't know why I did that.
I liked in the wedding scene of how it's the whole Fables community gathering together. Rose Red being the maid of honour and Blue being
Oh, Blue.
the best man.
Do you know, Blue, I never used to care about Blue, but he is quite cute.
Is he growing on you
Yeah,
now?
he is growing on me.
Oh, and when Bigby comes back, Flycatcher gives him the massive hug. And I just... I tell you what, it's worth reading as well because Flycatcher's got a lot more to do yet.
Okay, that's exciting.
And you never not love him.
Okay. Does he ever, you know how he's got a wife back in the homelands that he feels guilty about not going to save? Do we ever meet her? You're not going to tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
Great.
That probably means that you are going to meet her.
So Bigby's warning to Geppetto.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think Geppetto will respond to that?
Badly.
Yeah, I think so too.
He don't like being told what to do. Also, they burnt down his wood.
Yeah.
Did they kill the blue fairy?
They tried to. So Bigby's
okay.
mission was to either rescue the blue fairy, and if he couldn't do that, kill the blue fairy. And if he couldn't do that, blow up the grove.
I think anytime a villain is given an ultimatum, I mean, they don't respond positively, do they?
No.
Because they're a villain.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really this seemed like a bit of a stupid mission, really.
It does seem antagonistic where, like, because you feel like the invasion of Fabletown was quite a while ago now because the kids have grown up.
Unless they're, like, magically aging fast. I don't know.
Yeah, they might be a little bit. It's hard to know because sometimes I feel like the comic does just, like, jump.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's fine, though, because do we care about all the stuff in between?
No.
No.
No. That's quite one of the joyous things about this medium, isn't it? You can just, like, go whenever you want in time. It's all good. And you said about Pinocchio, like, Pinocchio wouldn't...
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that Pinocchio didn't go back, to be honest, because I thought when Pinocchio got taken to the homelands and he had that conversation with Blue, I really did think that he wanted to go home home, back to Fabletown, and he just doesn't appear to have that wish anymore.
I think there's a line in here that says something like Pinocchio's under the same compulsion obedience spells as the wooden soldiers.
Yeah,
so I don't think he's got the same.
But he still does. He does still act like Pinocchio, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving him too much grief.
Something interesting about Pinocchio that I read in the encyclopedia is that the authors didn't really want to do anything with the. When Pinocchio lies, his nose grows. They just felt like it'd been done to death, so they didn't want to do much with that, so they try not to put that in scenes. Hi, Comet. But the upshot of this is that Pinocchio never lies. Which I think is interesting, because Pinocchio doesn't like his nose growing, so Pinocchio just always tells the truth.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know, right?
Oh.
So sometimes Pinocchio comes across as quite brash and likeable, but he is always truthful because like he can't. He's choosing not to hide anything.
I really like that.
I know.
I wish that was more
explicitly said.
Yeah, in the actual comic.
And I guess last thing to talk about is Cinderella's mission up the beanstalk.
A lot of fun. I thought it was quite. She was quite funny. I liked that she came back to Fabletown and was like, I've got to do this. Oh, I can't do that. I've got to do this. I can't do that. I've got to do this. I can't do that. I just thought that was quite funny. The only bit that I didn't like about the Cinderella bit is when she turned back into a human and then the giants were all like, oh, a lovely little naked lady.
Yeah.
I just thought that was unnecessary. And I know that's just because it's a comic written in the noughties and sexism or whatever, but...
Yeah. I'm
going to come out and say it. I don't like sexism.
Yeah. And when the moment I got to that page, I was like, I know what Rachel's going to say about that.
It just felt unnecessary, and I know that we couldn't see anything, but just for they were just creepy about it, and the fact that they're so much bigger than her was very imposing. I didn't like it.
Like, because I guess that's the mechanics of how changing spells goes. But even if it had been like more of like we saw her and she'd instantly grabbed a sheet of paper or something that was on the table, and she was still like, okay, yes, I'm naked, but listen, we're going to sort this out.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? That would have been a bit more funny. Still playing with the thing of accidental nudity.
Yeah.
Without being as leery.
Yeah, it was very leery.
You were playing with the noisy thing.
Can I just get it all out?
Just, go. Okay.
Hey, that was cool.
I also like that, you said like she's going, I need to do this and she can't. And like everybody's saying, oh, it'll take at least 3 days because that's such a fairy tale trope of like everything takes 3 days. And she's like, no!
And I also like that as she was going through all these sessions, she was just getting progressively more and more frazzled. It was just really funny.
Yeah.
And you know what? What a woman.
Oh, I know.
You know, what an inspiration for girl bosses everywhere. She just got the job done.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I did too. And I like that she's going to go back to doing secret spy missions rather than political ones.
Yeah.
Because that was
It's like
far
that.
too frustrating. I think Cinderella, it's clear that Cinderella likes being independent and being able to do stuff on her own. And like this mission involved a lot of like corralling other people.
Yeah.
And she's not into it.
Are they just getting the Cloud Kingdoms so that they can hop between different worlds? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess so that they can hop between different worlds and that...
And then the enemy can't hop between worlds.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I also like how they say near the beginning, because they get to the cloud world through like planting a giant beanstalk, and they're going like, yeah, we knew Jack didn't have any beans to sell, even though he kept trying to sell them to people in Fabletown, because we have them.
Oh, Jack, what a funny guy. I'm glad that he's not in the comic anymore though, because he was quite irritating.
Yes.
And you know, he exists in a different comic, but I won't be reading it.
No, me
Don't
neither.
care about him.
I like the characters that I've got.
Yeah. I really liked the way that they got down the beanstalk, how they just like
Yeah.
dive down the sky. That was really fun.
Oh, I also really liked as well that Bigby showed a bit of vulnerability going on the beanstalk. So when he gets to the top and he's like has to put his foot down, he's saying, "Oh, I'm not sure about this." And Cinderella's like, "You don't need to be scared. I'm not scared. I'm the big bad wolf. I'm not scared."
Oh, Bigby. I'm sad that his dad has gone though. I quite liked North.
Yes.
He was a good character.
Yeah.
But now he's not here anymore.
I know.
I mean, I imagine he'll still be around, but...
Yeah, he's still got parts to play, so he's not going far.
Do you know what? Now that we've had this chat, I know that earlier I was like, I don't need to read anymore. Now that we've had this chat...
No. Is it?
Yeah, I'm back in. I'm back in the Fables group.
Yay! I also thought how sweet and faithful and like hopeful of Snow White that she wrote letters to the kids all these years and saw that presents and kept it all on file and made sure that Bigby knew about it all
That
before
was
he saw them.
so cute. She's got so many things set in place. I just love her. She's very organised. And it's very in character for her. Like she was holding Fabletown together single-handedly.
Yes.
Well, I suppose Bigby was like they were a team, weren't they?
Yeah.
But she was doing all the clerical administration. So I think it is very in character for her to do all this stuff just in case Bigby does come back. How do you think? Obviously, you've already read them. I imagine this isn't a scene that happened. How well do you think Bigby does on retaining all that information?
Bigby is smart, but that is a lot of detail to take in. I don't know. But I think the kids will be so excited to see him, and I think he'll be like a very like proactive, like we're gonna go and do this, and we're gonna do that. That they'll be so busy living in the present they won't think too much about past stuff.
I'm so happy for them.
I know. Yeah,
I think Bigby's a great dad.
I think so too.
Right. Anything else to say?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. Well, this has been fan versus first time reader review of Fables Wolves, the 8th volume in the Fables compilations.
Thanks so much for watching.
Yep. See you later.
Bye. In the background.
Yeah.